We have over a decade of experience as being the market leader in helping firms meet your specialized confidentiality and compliance requirements. But let's focus in on Copilot because it is one of the big topics at present. And a really powerful feature of Copilot is that you get a ChatGPT experience that actually leverages and is based upon your firm's actual data. And this is really what gives Copilot a distinct edge. It's directly relevant and it's directly valuable to your professionals and to your business. But the flip side of that coin is it then puts the responsibility on you to ensure that Copilot is complying with your data privacy, your security, and your confidentiality obligations. Now, this is true with any large language model and AI system, not just Copilot. You must secure the information to ensure that there are no oversharing issues. One of the major points for your industry is that whole emphasis on confidentiality and privacy. With those dynamic teams that are changing, everything then gets more complex. The application permissions, the data permissions constantly need to be updated. Gen AI solutions like Copilot have unique capabilities to discover information from across your organization and to surface it. And so if your information is not secure with the most up-to-date permissions, then as I said, you can then see yourselves at risk of the oversharing. And this oversharing problem has actually, unfortunately, delayed several firms in deploying and taking full advantage of the AI technologies. So yes, Copilot can access a great amount of data, ranging from documents to emails to chat. But the good news is, yep, Copilot does respect the underlying security of that data. So if Tom runs a query in Copilot and Tom works on projects for Coca-Cola, well, he shouldn't have access to projects for Pepsi. Well, then Tom should not see that information, assuming that it has been appropriately secured. So because Copilot uses the native security, if a user doesn't have access to that information, it should not then be surfaced back in a Copilot query. But if that information does not have the appropriate user access controls, there is then risk of that information being overshared, which could lead to the possible exposing of sensitive information to the user. And once you start to add in all of the complex requirements that you see for access requirements that are driven by your client and your engagement rules, this can become a significant challenge. So that's why it's imperative that you've got appropriate tools and controls to manage the user's access to the data. Because if the user can't access it, then Copilot can't surface it. So we've got to get those access permissions correct.